Hi guys, welcome. If you're new here, my name's Nikki. I'm a beekeeper and I make beekeeping videos. If that's something you like watching, then hit the subscribe button. If you're one of my returning subscribers, thank you so much for coming back and listening to what I have to say. I really appreciate it. We are heading into spring here in Ohio, which means it's time to start getting ready to feed our bees. So I make my own pollen patties for my bees, which I'm going to do today. So I thought I'd bring you along and show you how I make mine and how quick and easy it is. You do not have to make your own pollen patties. There's absolutely nothing wrong with commercial pollen patties. I do use them sometimes if I'm in a pinch or I'm pressed for time. I'm just a really big DIY person and I like to make a lot of homemade things. I got some bees kind of maybe smelling what I got going on here. But anyways, I like to make a lot of things homemade. So I make a lot of homemade things for my family and I garden and I can. So this is just something that I really enjoy doing and it's super simple and really cost effective if you have a lot of hives. The things that you need to make your pollen patties are you need a dry pollen substitute. You can buy these online at your bee supplier. This one I got from a local feed store a while back. They're really, really good. I don't have a specific brand that I'd recommend, but I can link this brand for you. I'll look it up and link it if you'd like. I started a while back making my own pollen substitute, so that's what I'm going to use today. If you're curious or just want to know what I use in mine, I can link that down below or put a recipe and make a video on that. But this is really simple to make. You need some hot water. I have a cup of hot water here, and you need some granulated sugar. I have a cup here. I may not use that ratio, but I'm going to bring that out with me. You're typically going to need about a cup per hive of your pollen substitute, but I'm just going to make a small batch just to show you how easy it is to make. You also need some wax paper, and as an optional addition to your pollen patties, you can add in some Honeybee Healthy, or I just do like a lemongrass oil. Some people do some spearmint oil. You don't have to use any of those if you don't want to, but the bees tend to like it. I did bring a rolling pin out. You don't need the rolling pin. The baker in me likes to use it though. So I'll get started and show you how we make our pollen patties. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mix my water and my granulated sugar together and let that dissolve a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and add in the full cup of sugar, but I'm only going to do about half of the water at first. I like to just make sure I get the right consistency of my pollen patties. So I do about half first and mix that to let that dissolve. I may end up adding the additional water back in, but you can make this with a 1-to-1 or a 2-to-1 ratio. Everybody seems to like their patties a specific firmness. Some people like them thinner, some like them a little thicker, a little drier. I'm going to add just a drop of our lemongrass oil in there. It smells so good. I'm going to mix that in. So to this ratio, to the 1 cup of granulated sugar, I'm going to add 2 cups of the pollen substitute in. And we really just want to kind of get it to a dough consistency. And I'll mix this together and then kind of decide if I want any additional water in here. If you want to use the 1-to-1, and just put the whole cup of water in there too. If it gets a little too thin, you can always add a little more of your pollen substitute. So I'm going to add a little bit more water. So I will go ahead, add a little more water in there. Kiwi is out here with me. You can't see her, but she decided to join me today. I'm doing this outside because it's so beautiful today. And after being cooped up in the house for winter, I love being outside. Hopefully my wax paper will stick. So I did about 3/4 of the cup of that water, and it's perfect. It's to the consistency that I like. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of get all this out of my way and cut off a piece of my wax paper. swear my table's clean, guys. It's just stained. I don't know why I ever had the audacity to think that I can have white things with kids and pets. So just take our dough here. Yeah, I think that might be a problem. There's scissors there. So we're just going to take our dough here, put it onto our wax paper. And then cover it with another piece of our wax paper. Well guys, I was sitting here talking away and my camera shut off and I didn't realize that, but essentially what I've done since the camera stopped was I just took my rolling pin and I rolled this out. I covered it with the wax paper and then rolled it out to the thickness that I like. You can do whatever thickness that you like for your bees. You don't have to use a rolling pin. Again, I am a baker at heart, so I just can't help myself, but you can use your hands or any other kind of tool that you want to flatten this out. It is very, very pliable. Once you're done, this is ready to be put into a hive. I just take my kitchen shears and I will cut this into the squares that I like. If you want to make a bigger batch at one time, which is what I'm going to do here in just a few minutes, I will make a lot at one time and I will keep them between the two pieces of wax paper. I will cut them to the dimensions that I want, and then I will store them in some freezer safe Ziploc bags and throw them in the freezer. They keep really well in the freezer for a long time. Just make sure that when you are putting them in the hives that you let them completely thaw out beforehand, and they should be good to go. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section below. If you have a different way that you make yours, I'm always curious to know how everybody else does it. As always, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.